Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am 12 Kyle. Check this out. I want to start this episode by giving you a bit of information about me, right? I like movies. Sometimes I go to the movies. A lot of times when movies come out, I'm totally content with sitting at home watching the movies on TV, right? I think it's important that I put that out there. The flip side of what I just said is that I don't watch all movies. Like, there's some movies that I'm like, I gotta go see. Like when Black Panther came out the first time, I was like, I gotta go see it. And I went to go see it. When Black Panther 2 came out, I had to go see it. But at the time of this recording, it is now, 2023. And I'll be honest, it's my movie going, is not like, I don't just rush out to the movie just because something came out, basically. But having streaming stuff and everything, now I can watch a lot of movies on TV, and we're in a very interesting part of the year because football season is over, right? So when football season is over, that's really the time where I can spend a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon just watching TV, catching up on shows and movies and things of that nature. But again, I'm not somebody who sits and watches a lot of TV, which is interesting because I pay I pay money for a service, and I don't watch a lot of. I mean, I watch a lot of the same things. When it comes to most of the stuff that I watch is live, so I'm watching live sports. The series and shows that I like, I'll go back and watch those if I'm behind or whatever like that. But I don't watch a lot of live TV, and I think I've mentioned that on this podcast before. But what was funny was, and how I came to this episode was, I have a blog, right? And I don't really write on the blog. It's been a minute since I've posted something on the blog, but every now and then I'll go back and read something. And somehow, some way I got directed to my blog, and I was scrolling and I was looking for something, and I came across this post. And on this particular post, I talked about the movies that I had not seen before, right? And so it made me think, I was like, hey, you know what? I can make that a podcast, because I started looking at the list of the movies that I had not seen. And I think I posted that post was 2010. So it's been almost 13 years. And most of the movies that I posted on that particular post, that blog post, I still haven't seen them. So it is safe to say that I'm probably not going to see these movies. I won't say never, because you never say never, but here's the thing. I got to be motivated to see it. I got to be pushed to see it. And if I'm not pushed to see a movie, then, it's it's whatever, so what I'm saying is, don't come for me. Because I am sure, in fact, I'm almost positive that I'm probably going to piss some of you off when I start listing off some of these movies that I've never seen before. And for some I have a reason. For some movies I really don't have a reason. But again, I mean, we're not in football season, so there's time. But I will say this much. Between the end of basketball season and the start of football season, that's probably, if I haven't seen it by then, so we're talking June-ish. If I hadn't seen it by June, I'm not gonna watch it, because the rest of the year is consumed by football on Saturdays and Sundays. And I'm not really like, I have my routine of stuff that I watch on TV during the week. So it's, it's not really easy for me to sit down and watch a 2-hour movie um just on the humble during the week because I have shows and stuff that I watch. So if I'm watching my shows, I'm definitely not watching, not sitting down watching a 2-hour movie. Maybe, maybe not. Just depends. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into it. I did a lot of filibustering because I know that the smoke is coming, but it's all good. It's all love too. I know y'all love me. Um, let's see, where should I start? I will start with The Matrix and the original Matrix and the subsequent series. Never seen any of it. I'm familiar with the what is it, the red pill, the blue? It's one of those colors pills, like a blue pill and a red pill. I'm familiar with that. Um, and I know the meaning of it, but I'm never gonna see that. And here's the thing: outside of like Star Wars and the movies that I grew up on, I'm not really a big sci-fi guy. So that's that. So you should not be surprised that that I haven't seen any of the Matrix. Um, I've never seen The Godfather or The Godfather 2. Is there a God? Is there a Godfather 3? No, I haven't seen The Godfather 3 either. If there's such a Godfather 3, I don't think there's a Godfather 4. Really can't give you a reason why. I mean, I love like The Sopranos, but and I love mafia type stories. Just never got around to seeing it. And I'm sure there's a bunch of pop culture references that I've missed or heard that I didn't know came from that movie, but just never seen it before. Speaking of mafia movies, Goodfellas. I think there's only one Goodfellas, right? Never seen Goodfellas before either. And Casino, and never seen Casino either. Here's a funny thing about Casino. I used to work at a video store. Shout out to Video Warehouse. That was my first job. If you follow the podcast, you heard me talk about my first job. But I rented Casino from Video Warehouse 3 times. Never watched it. I've never seen Die Hard in its entirety. Can't really tell you why. I know some lines. Shout out to Bruce Willis. Praying for you. But yeah, not no particular reason. Had Die Hard or was it Die Hard with a Vengeance? I don't know how many Die Hards they've done, but I haven't seen any of them. The Shining, never saw it. I don't do horror movies. I don't do scary movies. I don't do horror comedy. Well, I did see Get Out. Get Out was okay, but I really wouldn't call that a horror movie. But yeah, never seen The Shining. I heard it's incredibly dope, but I'm probably never gonna see it. What else? Oh, Madea. I don't do Madea movies. I just don't. Sorry, not sorry. I think I saw one. The one with Taraji P. Henson in it. I can't even remember the name of it. It was god awful. But other than that, no, I don't do Madea goes to Hollywood, Madea goes to jail, Madea goes to Surfside Beach. I've seen none of those movies. Braveheart, never seen Braveheart. Never seen Braveheart. I heard good things. I've heard good things. Probably never going to see Braveheart. Same for Gladiator. Never seen Gladiator. Never really had you know, the reason to move to go see Gladiator. Um, Here's one that may surprise you. I've never seen Pulp Fiction before. I've seen bits and pieces, but seeing it all the way through, never. I know it's a cult classic. I know it's got famous lines. I've heard all of them. I get the references and everything. Samuel L. Jackson is incredible. I get it. He's cussing. He's doing his thing. Never seen it. Now that's one that I actually want to sit and watch. I don't know when I'm gonna have the time. Like, because every time there's time to sit down and watch Pulp Fiction, there's a game on, or there's I gotta watch this. I gotta watch Snowfall. I gotta watch something else. So I mean, I just don't have time. But if I had time or whenever I get time, I think by the time that I do this again, if I do this again, um, like another 13 years from now, like I did with the podcast, I mean the blog post, I think I would have watched that one. What else? Kill Bill 1 and 2. I do know that there are two. No, never seen either one of them. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things, but no, just never been like moved to go watch it. Blade, heard good things about Blade and Wesley Snipes. It was Snipes, right? Snipes was in there. Yeah, Snipes. Nah, never seen it. Never seen it. What else? Monsters Ball. I understand Halle Berry won what she won, an Emmy, not a Grammy. She won an Emmy or Oscar, one of those things. For getting slanted out by some white dude. Nah, never seen it. I've seen that scene before, but that sex scene, but nah, I'm not watching no Monsters Ball, man. Come on. What else? Oh, Precious. I don't think there's anywhere. I don't think there's any space for me to watch Precious. I don't. That's another thing too. Like, I don't do sad movies. Like, if you got a sad movie for me to watch, I'm not watching a sad movie. I mean, like, I don't do intentional sadness. I'm sorry, I just don't. I mean, like, if you say, "Oh, you need to see this movie, it's a tearjerker," why would I want to go to the movies and make myself cry? Or why would I want to sit in front of something in front of the TV and make myself cry? I'd rather see some action, see some people getting shot, or a murder mystery, something like that, something that's intriguing, something that will have me thinking. No, I don't do intentional sadness. That's not my get now. The Pursuit of Happiness was another one that was on the list. Probably never going to see that. I know it's inspirational and it's Will Smith and it's this and it's that, but nah, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it at all. And then, I mean, there's the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is I've never seen in its entirety the movie The Color Purple. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. How is it that you've never seen the movie The Color Purple? I just haven't. I have never seen The Color Purple in its entirety. I've seen bits, I've seen pieces, but I've never seen the movie the whole way through. I don't have a great answer for why. I just haven't. And it never struck me as a movie that, like, I had to see. The little bit of it that I've seen, it looks kind of depressing. I know that there's a story there, trust me. But here's the thing. It doesn't, at least the parts that I've seen in passing, they never look like it's something that I want to spend 2 hours sitting and watching. I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. You're not black. You've never seen The Color Purple. Trust me, I'm black. At least that's the last time I checked, I was black. Yeah. I'm probably, you know what? This is probably first on the list, but I need time. Like, you got to give me some time. Like, I would literally have to block out 2 hours and sit down and watch The Color Purple. And I don't even know if it's 2 hours. I'm sure it's probably longer than that. But no, I I haven't. And trust me, I know all of the sayings and memes that have come from that movie and the clapping of the hands with the little girls, and just never seen it. And it's like people always lose their mind when I tell them I've never seen it before. Now I didn't tell you I saw it and I thought it was trash. I just told you I've never seen it before. It's a movie that I think at some point in time, I have to make an appointment, but at some point in time, I'll sit and watch. But I put it on this blog post in 2010, and here it is 2023. It is 2023, and I still haven't seen it. um, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Um, Again, I'm black, and I know most black people have seen that movie. I know a lot of white people have seen the movie. I know that Steven Spielberg directed the movie. I get it. I know Oprah was in it, Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover. I know all of the people. I just don't know when I'm gonna sit down in front of a TV and watch it. Sorry, not sorry. Oh man. For what it's worth, I mean, there's shows that I have never seen before. Like I've never seen Friends before, and I'll never sit and try to watch Friends. There was nothing that appealed to me about Friends. Um, I've only seen one episode of Seinfeld. Now I will say this much: the episode of Seinfeld that I saw was hilarious, and I think it's interesting because like one of the main writers for Seinfeld was Larry David. And of course, he does Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is one of my favorite shows, period. Um, but no, I never sat and watched Seinfeld. I have no desire to sit and watch Seinfeld, even in old reruns. No, just not. Um, Never seen The Office before. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't even. There's a whole bunch of TV shows I can name off. Um, but no, I mean, like I said, if I had to, of all the movies and stuff that I've said, probably I probably say that The Color Purple is number one. Pulp Fiction is probably two. As far as like when I get around to it, I'll watch it. And what's funny is like people will hit me up and they'll say, "Well, hey, did you see such and such? Oh, you should check that." And I'm like, "No, I didn't see it." They'll say, "Oh, you should check that out." And I'll say, "Okay, I'll get around to it." And I literally have a list. I have a list of movies and documentaries and things to watch. And they're on my list too whenever I get around to it. But I mean, between, you know, moving and shaking throughout the city of Atlanta, running around my wife and kids, this podcast, and life in general, I mean, there's other things that come, before that. So, and even when it comes to sitting down and listening to or watching a movie, it's going to take time for me to say, okay, well, hey, I'm going to dedicate 2 hours to The Color Purple. I'll get there at some point. And again, I'm sure I've ruffled probably more than a few feathers by saying this. But no, I gotta be in the mood. Like, how like you gotta be in the mood for a certain food. Like you're not just gonna eat, I don't know, spaghetti. Maybe you gotta be in the mood for spaghetti. You know? The Color Purple is spaghetti to me. And I'll get to it at some point. And if I don't, then that's cool too. Like, but it's not something that's pressing, because trust me, even on my list of things to watch, like there's series, there's comedy specials, there's all of these other things and The Color Purple just, slowly but surely is falling down. It's on the list. I will say that much. It is on the list, but it's kind of low on the list. But hey, like I said, I mean, we got time. At the time of this recording, we have time. I have time. I have time. So, you know, and maybe I don't know. I fly sometimes. Maybe that's something to put on, to watch when you're in the air, because that way you stuck. Like, watching stuff on a plane is totally different because you have no choice but to pay attention. You're not distracted by phone calls or text messages or anything like that. You got to sit there and watch it. So really on a plane, the only thing you could do is either watch a movie or go to sleep. I don't go to sleep, so there's that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and just tell you some of the things that I've never seen before. Most of the movies that I mentioned, I'm probably never going to see. But if they're on the list, you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for checking out this edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. If you feel so inclined, please hit us up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast. Remember, the podcast drops every Thursday at midnight. From time to time, we drop bonus episodes on Sundays at midnight. Again, that's going to do it for me. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I will catch you guys next time. 5,000.